Well, welcome to Mammoth. Beautiful place. Such a lovely, lovely mountain range. And I wish we could just keep it light and airy-fairy, but we definitely got to talk about this topic that's been coming up. Spirit's like, now. Talk about it now. This is a very powerful spot, I should say. It's a lot of rare geological events have occurred here. This is actually the site of a volcanic bomb that went off out of the Eastern Sierras here. And there's a pyroclastic flow. All this magma, massive boulders were strewn all over the valley. As you're here, as you step into this field, you start to feel the power of it. So as I was sitting here, I started to get these downloads, of course, right? Spirit wants me to kind of explore a deeper, darker subject that, I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't really go along with this landscape, but I think that it's going to really benefit somebody. I understand that not a lot of people are talking about this subject as well. So if you have experienced, you know, the, let's say the twilight zone of our human experience, then you'll know that sometimes things aren't always what they seem. We all know about mind control. We all know about the MK Ultra stuff. And it's bizarre. It weirds us out, right? It's hard for our human mind to wrap around why you would want to torture any living, breathing, sentient thing. But here we are, and we live on planet Earth where there's a lot of mind control. I want to tell you a little story of what happened to me a while back, I should say years ago. I got into a deep place with myself, and I started to really meditate, really start to study and be disciplined spiritually. And over time, I was starting to get signs and synchronicities. The biggest sign that I was getting was Spirit was saying, you need to get off grid. You need to self-sustain, and you need to learn how to survive off the land. Now, I was excited, you know, I was ready to go. And so I started to really heed those messages, and I did what Spirit told me. Now, as I was out there in those beginning years, those first years, I started to really open up and expand. And so Spirit started to give me more downloads. I started to have even more signs, even more synchronicities filtering through my consciousness. And I'll tell you that there was a theme to what I was experiencing. And the theme was that humanity was going down a specific road. It was going down, at that time, a road that it had never been down before. And the universe was sort of giving me a fork in the road, saying, you know, this is where humanity is going. You can go and divert this other route, and there's actually less suffering, but you're going to have to be more self-sustainable. You're going to have to be more independent. Now, when they showed me in the visions where humanity was going, it was frightening. I, naturally wanted to go into fear, but I started to just sort of put that in the back of my mind, and I just started to keep working on my own detour. I just went my own way. I kept deprogramming. I kept going into nature. I tried my best to stay away from, cities and stores, and I was just trying to detach. So interestingly enough, one of my dreams, now this wasn't a vision, this was an actual dream, I feel was a warning about the specific time that we're in right now. Yeah, I was dreaming of a garage for some reason. It was very vivid. And all of a sudden the garage kind of opened up on its own, and I could see that it was empty inside. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a black, brand new, a big black lifted truck goes into this garage, and the garage shuts on its own. And in the dream, I could feel that big black truck represented, it was something dark that I knew was coming into our realm. And so spirit like that was giving me all these clues, like, you know, like some weird shit's coming in and you need to prepare, because a lot of mind control, a lot of propaganda, a lot of things are going to be happening, and it's not going to be in your capacity. So basically, I feel like the universe was like warning me then to just totally protect my subconscious mind, protect my mind, protect where I go, who I connect with, because what's happening, you guys, unfortunately, is that people are being taken over. You know about soul snatching. It's not that hard to do. I mean, you just sit somebody in front of a TV for a few hours and they have a different programming running. So my message is to you is to know that now we're in this time of confusion and that mass propaganda. Hold on. So I feel like the biggest message that I want to give you today is to write your own program. We learn how to live on our own, and we learn how to think on our own. And that's how we're going to avoid, you know, crossing over into these other realities that don't serve us. There's no judgment. It's just all compassion for what everyone's going through on this planet. It's so difficult for everyone, but we can make it easier on ourselves, and like I say, suffer less if we go through our own detour, our own place within ourselves that is connected with our heart, connected with the higher divine realms. That's where we get our answers from. That's where we get, you know, the messages from spirit that will show us how to live, how to be. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I love you, and talk to you later. Peace. Oh gosh.